Hello, Beraway. Welcome to Dad's Yes Learning the Language of Autism. Okay, I just wanted to do a recap on the video that I did for drinking water and all the sort of tips and ideas that I gave for helping our children to drink water and fluids. And I shared it on some autistic websites, and I got some really good, interesting feedback from autistic adults who have, been through their childhood and their teenage years and have become adults. And so they kind of know what they're talking about. So the feedback that I received was, all the ideas and the tips that I gave are really good ones, and they're definitely, each of our children are individuals, and what works for one person isn't going to work for another. But what was really interesting was the bit that I wanted to add in was that, a lot of the comments from the autistic community were basically saying, I just don't like water, and I can't drink it, and I've tried all sorts of things, and it won't go down my throat. It makes me gag. It does taste, I can taste a flavour, and it just doesn't work for me. So, and they've grown into adults. They're still alive. They're okay. They're healthy. They drink other fluids, but they don't drink water. There are other autistic people on there that said, oh my God, I went through that stage and now I just drink so much water. So, it's just putting it out there that sometimes I think when we try these things as parents, and all the ideas and tips that are out there from me and from many other people, including the autistic community, we have to get to a point where I feel we need to accept a person's preference. We may not like it, we may not understand it, we may want it to be another way. And especially when our children are young, as parents, we worry about everything they eat, they drink, or what they're not drinking, or what they're not eating, how they're developing, how they're not developing. It's like crazy. So I just wanted to add that in, that part of any child's life, I think, and parenting relationship is accepting that children have the right to say yes, and they have the right to say no. And we as adults can kind of get over ourselves and allow ourselves to let go too, and let go of the worry of it, and find a way that works for you and your child. And if you've got 2, 3, 4 children in a family, that could be different needs for all of them. And I think we're moving into a time, we're becoming more conscious, we're becoming more compassionate. We are, we're at a time now, I think, where we all really want to be heard and seen and honoured and respected for our own individual choices. Now, obviously, if your child has got a health issue or there's dehydration and it's medical, then you seek advice from the medical professional people. That's not what I'm saying here at all. I'm just saying, if your child is healthy and well and they are not being affected in a medical health way, then whatever it is that they are drinking, if it's not water per se, which is the ideal, as well as other drinks, then just allow yourself to accept that, and be mindful of all the other, liquids and juices and drinks that are available, and just add some water to it so that you dilute it a little bit, and just be, mindful of that. So I just really felt it was important to add that, because sometimes as parents we can just keep going, and wondering why they're not doing it, and I'm going to get them to do it. And in the end, we just have to say, do you know what? They just don't like it, and that is the way it is. Or they can't process it, they can't swallow it. I mean, some have talked about like a gag reflex with water. and they have, you know, they don't understand it either, but they've learned to live with it, and they also know, you know, have grown up to be healthy adults. So I hope that helped. It's just a little add-on from the water drinking chapter that I did. And I just, whenever I get feedback, I'll try and do like follow-ons and add-ons from the autistic community, because, well, they're autistic, so they kind of get it. They, you know, they can talk from an autistic whole being's perspective, as opposed to a neurotypical person trying to guess what it could be. Okay, thank you. Next week I am going to start my toys and activities series. I've got some ideas coming up. There's such a big subject, I think, and I look forward to sharing my ideas and tips of, you know, ways to ease and enjoy and honour our autistic sensitive children and their sensory needs in the toys and the activities and the just the activities really that we offer our kids, especially as a run up to Christmas, when there's adverts on and we start feeling the pressure as parents to like buy our children these wonderful toys, and then all of a sudden your autistic child is like, don't want any of those toys, I don't even want to unwrap those presents, and I'm just going to chuck them all back at you. And then we get really, really disappointed because we've spent money. So I want to talk about that. I want to talk about that in quite a lot of detail. So I look forward to that. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you're interested in this upcoming series on toys especially. It's going to be a good one. Thank you very much. Bye for now.